Civilizations are born. They rise, they fade, but China endures. Not by accident, not by force alone, but because hidden in its bones are codes, a cultural DNA refined over 5,000 years that turns challenge into advantage, chaos into harmony, and the impossible into the inevitable. What are these codes? They are not secrets, but they are seldom understood. They are written in the ink of scholars, the steel of bridges, the silence of mountains, and the hunger of a people who remember what it means to build for centuries, not just quarters. This is not a story of the past. It is the operating system of the future, and for the next 10 minutes, you will see the world through the lens of a civilization that thinks in dynasties. The long game, China's 5,000-year strategy. In the West, they play checkers, quick jumps to immediate victories, but China plays Weiqi, the game of surrounding, of patience, where a single stone placed today may claim territory 100 years from now. This is the first code of Chinese greatness. Time is not a line, but a garden to cultivate. While others plant annual crops, China plants forests it may never sit under. Listen closely. That is the heartbeat of Chinese civilization. Not the second hand of a Swiss watch, but the slow pendulum of dynastic cycles. 300 years to rise, 300 years to consolidate, 300 years to transcend. The Grand Canal wasn't dug in a lifetime. The Three Gorges Dam wasn't conceived in an election cycle. Even China's poverty alleviation, lifting 800 million in 40 years, followed a playbook written during the Warring States period. Where Western CEOs fixate on quarterly reports, China's state-owned enterprises operate on century-long balance sheets. Their secret? The Shishi principle. Building momentum so inexorable, success becomes gravitational. Every high-speed rail track laid today is a tributary to the future. Every AI lab in Shenzhen is a seed for the next Han dynasty. This isn't just planning ahead, it's colonizing time itself. So let's wrap up. 1. The Weiqi Go mindset. While the West plays checkers, China plays Weiqi. Key idea. China's strategy isn't about quick wins, but positioning for dominance over decades. Example. Belt and Road Initiative, BRI, investments that won't pay off for 50-plus years. Second, dynastic time horizons. China doesn't think in fiscal years, it thinks in dynasties. Key idea. Infrastructure, education, and policy are designed for centuries, not election cycles. Example. Three Gorges Dam, planned since Sun Yat-sen, built 80 years later. 3. The art of sure, strategic momentum. China doesn't force outcomes, it engineers inevitability. Key idea. Build unstoppable trends. For example, high-speed rail, AI dominance, yuan globalization. Example. Gradual tech independence. Huawei's 20-year R&D before U.S. sanctions. The Harmony operating system. Confucius didn't just teach philosophy, he coded society's software. Li creates invisible social protocols that maintain stability at scale. Confucius didn't just teach philosophy, he coded society's software. At the heart of his system was Li, the intricate framework of rituals, etiquette, and social protocols that functioned like an invisible operating system for Chinese civilization. Unlike rigid laws enforced by punishment, Li subtly programmed behavior through norms, how to greet, mourn, negotiate, or even dine, embedding harmony into daily life. This was social engineering at scale. By internalizing respect for hierarchy, family duty, and collective faith, mianzi, society could stabilize itself without constant top-down control. Emperors leveraged it to govern vast territories with minimal bureaucracy. Merchants relied on it to build trust in long-distance trade. Even today, remnants of this code run in the background, from the unspoken rules of guanxi networking to the deference shown in workplace hierarchies. Confucius understood that culture is the most durable form of governance, and Li was his elegant, adaptive algorithm, one that kept the system running smoothly long after his time. Ingenuity born of constraint. Chinese innovation follows the CAO Gen model, grassroots ingenuity. When resources are limited, creativity thrives. The CIO Gen, means grassroots model of innovation in China refers to a bottom-up, resourceful, and adaptive approach to problem solving, often emerging from ordinary people, small businesses, or local communities rather than top-down institutional research. This model thrives in environments where resources are scarce, pushing individuals and groups to find creative, low-cost, and practical solutions. Here's a deeper exploration of why and how this works in China. 1. Necessity-driven innovation. When formal institutions or funding are limited, people rely on improvisation and ingenuity. Examples include Shanzhai culture. Initially referring to knockoff electronics, it evolved into a fast, adaptive innovation ecosystem where small manufacturers reverse engineer and modify products. Example, budget smartphones, DIY gadgets. Rural and low-cost solutions. Farmers repurposing materials for greenhouses, makeshift irrigation systems, or e-commerce live streaming to sell agricultural products. 2. Decentralized and agile development. Unlike Western innovation, which often relies on corporate R&D or government grants, China's grassroots innovation is fast, flexible, and market responsive. Wenzhou model. Private entrepreneurs in Zhejiang pioneered small-scale manufacturing, e.g. buttons, lighters, with rapid iteration based on demand. Shenzhen's maker movement. Hobbyists and startups prototype quickly using open-source tech and Shenzhen's supply chain efficiency. 3. Digital empowerment. The internet and mobile platforms, WeChat, Taobao, Douyin, have democratized innovation. Last-mile solutions. Delivery riders, street vendors, and mini-program developers create workarounds for urban challenges. Example, shared bike repairs, community group buys. Livestream e-commerce, rural sellers use Douyin, TikTok, to market products without traditional retail infrastructure. 4. Government and ecosystem support. While CAO-JIN innovation is bottom-up, the state later scales up successful models. Mass entrepreneurship and innovation, Dazhongchuangye, Mozhongchuangxin, a national policy encouraging startups, incubators, and makerspaces. Special economic zones, let's say Shenzhen, provided testing grounds for grassroots tech experiments before formal regulation. 5. Cultural factors, pragmatism and frugal innovation. Chinese grassroots innovators prioritize function over form, leading to good enough solutions. Affordable alternatives to high-tech products, e.g. electric scooters instead of cars. Reuse and adaptation, from repurposed shipping container homes to bike-sharing systems built on existing infrastructure. The family fusion reactor, Xiao, isn't just filial piety, it's the renewable energy of Chinese civilization. Family bonds power everything from startups to space programs. The concept of Xiaoyi, often translated as filial piety, is more than just respect for parents. It's a fundamental value that fuels Chinese civilization, much like a renewable energy source. Family bonds and the principle of Xiao deeply influence various aspects of Chinese life, from individual success to national aspirations. While Xiao involves respect, care, and obedience to parents, its scope extends beyond the family. It's a cornerstone of social harmony and ethical behavior, shaping how individuals interact with each other and with society. The value of family and community extends to the national level. A strong sense of collective identity and shared purpose, often rooted in family values, can be a powerful motivator for national development and innovation. This can be seen in China's advancements in technology, space exploration, and economic growth. Just as renewable energy sources like solar and wind power are sustainable and long-lasting, Xiao provides a steady source of motivation and stability for Chinese society. It fosters a sense of interconnectedness and responsibility, encouraging individuals to contribute to the collective good. Civilizations rise and fall, empires overreach, kingdoms chase glory, and vanish like footprints in the wind. But China waits. It plants. It builds. Not for a year, not for a lifetime, but for a civilization that outlasts dynasties. The West asks, what can we achieve in 4 years? China whispers, what must we begin today? so our grandchildren inherit the world. Chinese culture isn't a relic, it's an evolving blueprint. As the 22nd century approaches, these 5 codes remain China's compass: endurance, harmony, ingenuity, adaptability, and family.